East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Giants. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken it. As they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Hands up, lead.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 25 on second down, Dalton.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Dalton. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, And then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First and 10, stick. Being chased out left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The toss out to Barkley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll try the left side. It's Norman. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's go. 10 logo. 52 right here. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
On 3rd down, Norman. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Dalton looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Dalton. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. 3rd down here. They got the football via the interception on that last drive, and he almost gave it right back to the opposition the same way.
Certainly looks like they've got a pretty good bead on what they're trying to do on offense. The receivers are being locked down. Hard to find places to fit the football.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Hill on the return. $10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to
agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
61, matchbox, lights.
Off play action, it's Stick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And the Giants send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mixon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. From the 16, Dalton. Open man is Uzama. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here you go, kid.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Bullock's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Saquon Barkley. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Stick looks to throw. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking in the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Dalton sets up play action. He's got Green. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
93, 52, 93, 44.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it second down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Mixon trying to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullock good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll... make this a second down.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
68.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
First and 10.
18 games. Hey, Zoo.
Now this time he'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
First down.
Here we go. 50, play.
Target.
5.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
6 yards. Brings up 4th.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6 at 16 to 10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
52, 93, 44. 44. There you go.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Joe Mixon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
What can be done? What can be done? Here you go, can.
From midfield here, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Mike 55, Mike 52. Move. Mike 55, right there in the middle. Hey. You. I got you.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Green brings it in. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
And Dalton will just sneak it. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
All day, every day, any day.
Dalton now to pass. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Andy Dalton. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set 18 Gator. Give me that ball. Get it.
He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 73 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's got his man here. It's Green. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty